It's a load up. All right, we live out here. Okay. So I'm gonna give you my, my take on the, the Superman stuff, right? The trailer. And before I say so, I'm gonna play this for y'all, so y'all can look at it first. All right. So, which already I did a video earlier though, right? But I want to really just break it down. So I'm gonna play it for y'all just one more time. So like, hold on, let me just do this for y'all. I check this out.
Are you being serious right now?
So we,
Yeah,
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
sure.
okay, so I'm breaking it down, right? Yeah, everyone sees it, right? So I'm gonna go slowly break it down, right? Um, so when you look at this though, right? This is sort of, if you remember Superman 1, they did this though, right? With Christopher Reeves. You know, they did that. So they sort of paying homage to that though. And those that don't know, Christopher Reeve's son's actually is in this movie as a reporter. So right. So that I believe that was great with DC did something like that, paying homage though. So remember, this is sort of what happened in Western Club, but the difference was the interview. Superman, Christopher Reeves was still in costume and stuff, right? So now, he just as Clark Kent, but she knows that that's Superman. So just look at this, how this goes,
Sure.
right? So,
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
okay.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for
I
what
know,
some
it's a
might.
lot of
it's
fire,
it's a
but-
lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around the world.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
Now, see that? Now, I don't like to throw shots, but this character that's playing Superman and Clark Kent, and even, Pose, look at, okay, the last movie we got, Man of Steel, he has more depth than Henry Cavill. Just if you just look at it, this Superman portraying has more depth as far as like the acting, portrayal, and stuff, all of that. If you look at it, right? And it's not the same Superman. They sort of try to see where he fits in this world, and they sort of not understanding. So I like the angle James Gunn is using going forth with this right here. Yo, Bond said that. But let's check this out. Who else? We know, Bond. He's biased, all right. This guy's already a better actor than Henry Cavill, right? Hold up, I'm saying, come on now. It's like, it has to be honest though, right? So look, this is a good trailer. It got over 4 million right now views, right?
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Okay, so look, right? OJ music. Look at this scene right here. That's the engineer, by the way, who's part of the authority. So,
Choices.
hold up. So let me tell you something. That this female right here, that's the engineer. She's a part of authority and stuff like that. Those that don't know, shout out to who else was stopping by, right? But that's, if you don't know. So they say like 7 villains. So if I had to pick the 7 villains, okay, you got Luthor, Ultraman, the Authority, the Hammer, Boravia, whatever. The Kaiju would be 5. That big old spear round thing out the window, that'll be 6. And I think the 7th villain, it might be Metamorpho, because he's probably the villain, starts off as the villain. Because remember, hold on, let me keep playing. So if you notice, when Superman was in that cage, and he turned his hand into kryptonite though, right? That's able they was able to seduce Superman though. If people was actually paying attention to the trailer, But let's play. When I get to that part, I'm gonna pause it. So
Your
we can see what I'm talking about.
actions.
See that
That's
creature out the
what
window,
makes you
right? So they got like
who you
multiple
are.
villains in there. Okay. With Justice Gang right there.
Superman.
They're in the fortress.
He's not a man. He's an it.
Hold up. So let me bring him back a little bit. See that? They was able to hurt him in there though, right? See that right there? See that right there? The green? That's the kryptonite where he could do a metamorph or he could morph. So he was able to morph in some kryptonite, whatever. Even I believe that's even in the comic books he did that too. And stuff like that. So yeah, so that's why it is able to hurt him to do him. So he might wind up being a villain, but not for long though. So I was gonna put that out there. People don't know that's not familiar with the comics and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's your chance to go and get familiar, pick up some books and stuff like that. I mean, Vine can make all the funny one, but here's the point. Snyderverse had its run. It couldn't do what what DC wanted, right? To that degree. So, and you guys try to move on. But clearly James Gunn, he did the work. He showed that he's interested in understanding, especially Superman, right? The mythos of that though. And you look at it, right? He's nailing it though. To me, he's nailing it though, right? It's people that got a problem with James Gunn, whatever. But and then that trickles down to say, oh, this looks boring. But by just watching this trailer, the movie doesn't look boring. You have action. Superman, showed in a post where he's going back with Lois and stuff like that, where the main point of a hero is right to save lives, though, right? And so he went without any sanction, right, and went over there and did what he had to do and whatnot, because people were. Could have got killed, whatever, right? So he said he's gonna step in and always do what's right. But hold on, let me play some more for you too.
He's an it.
You know what?
Somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation.
Yeah.
I will not
Look at this battle. Okay.
accept that.
And he knocked out that kaiju though with an uppercut. Put him to sleep. Look at Guy Gardner. It's all coming together, right? It's all coming together, right? You had some bits of comedy, but like the whole thing of that, right? Superman's, I believe this Superman right here seems more relatable, though, right? He seemed more, as I would say, he seemed more humanized, more human. Basically, though, right? Superman seems more human, so now you can relate. You being somewhere at a place anew, right? Where let's say you was like a star athlete, but now everyone remember. You said where all these heroes come from, right? Remember, James Gunn said this is a time where metahumans already exist, though. So he's already a part of where heroes are already there, right? If you look at, I believe they work the Justice Gang, they're employed by Maxwell Lord, the Guy Gardner, the Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific, right? So they already are employed by them. So they have, they're sanctioned though, right? And I think don't quote me, but Luthor might be the president though. Maybe he might be, but don't quote me on that. But he just might be though. And I think Luthor is probably behind all this stuff that's going on, But yeah, so like, I forgot to mention Ultraman, and that's Ultraman's the one in the black with the U, and obviously a female, that's the engineer and stuff like that, and she's from the Authority though. So trust me, the Authority will get their movie though, and I think one guy said he wouldn't mind directing. The guy was it the director from Deadpool? I'm not sure, and I think I think he'll do well doing something like the Authority. If they gotta do it, direct it, maybe he can do good. But I think that'll be something more so in Zack Snyder's. I mean, I believe I wouldn't mind them bringing him on help consult with that with the Authority though, right? That's probably something he could probably do something with that though, whatever. But we'll see. But let me just continue playing this for y'all. That's my fault though, right? So I would give like Zack Snyder for like the authority. That'd be so more for his liking though. Right?
You have a dog?
So yeah, he has a dog. There go Crypto right there. So like all the hate that see Superman gets is like it's crazy though, right? It's crazy. Like I was telling like I was telling her this movie's going to gross 700 million or more. I believe it will because I look at the movies. I'm not taking a shot at Brave New World, but that did over 400, right? Gross, right? What's the New Avengers, Thunderbolts, New Avengers, whatever? That's at like 270 something million. So I figure Superman he could get to the 700 million though, right? So I can say getting there though. And also you gotta remember this though, Chad. They remember starting July 9th, they're doing half off. AMC's doing half off. So movies, remember Superman movies comes out July 11th. So that could play a big role in where more people is able to go and see that movie with half off. So like you talk about maybe like 10, like maybe 12 or something, whatever, maybe for the ticket. So yeah. So starting in July, when the movie comes out the 11th, that promo is going to start on the 9th. So yes, I think Superman's going to definitely take advantage of that though, and then leading into the Fantastic Four. So I could definitely going to see some big boom in the movies theaters because a lot of times people don't really go to see a whole lot of movies. They still go, but the movie tickets be like what for adult be over like $20 something probably, right? Whatever. So but it'll be like half off, so you'll probably get more people going, especially like in the summertime anyway. But like far as this trailer and the outlook, I think James Gunn nailed this first official trailer. A lot of other ones really just like teasers though, but he nailed the first official trailer for me. He did everything I was looking for. Right. And to me, I already seen like the set photos and stuff like that. No, I'm not taking shots. When people say, "Oh, well, how can you see this doing 700?" I'm looking at Captain America: Brave New World, right? And obviously, Superman. We could be real. Is way more well known, more recognizable than Captain America. Sam Wilson's, all right, and whatever the thing like. So maybe the certain obstacles was in his way may not be present for Superman. You know what I'm talking about, And I think same thing with the Thunderbolts, New Avengers. Maybe those same obstacles for them may not be present for Superman though, right? So that's what I'm saying. So I could see Superman getting to the 700 million though, right? Because this is definitely gonna be like a family for movies, and also with this half off though. So you'll probably get more people go to see the movies. Anyway, especially in the summer in July, because it starts July 9th, Superman comes out the 11th, and then the Fantastic Four is the 25th, right? So yeah, so I think Superman, I believe he's gonna do very well. I'm not saying he's gonna make $1 billion, but he's gonna do very well at the box office, right? Okay, with the budget, with the production budget in mind, right? With this production budget, he's gonna do very well. As I've been saying, like he's going to do very well, So that's what I'm trying to was trying to tell people though. But people don't, they don't want to. They want Superman movie to fail. So-called like Ricky Brown, right? I don't believe he's a DC guy. He's a Batman guy, right? But he seems to be more of a Marvel guy. Just my opinion. I'll just say that. More of a Batman guy, more than DC guy. If he's a DC guy, that's probably the best kept secret in the Discord. But yeah, and so this movie's gonna do real well. So this trailer, right? You see the acting. I look at the acting though, right? Of the guys playing Superman, a way better grounded actor than Henry Cavill was in Superman. Just by looking at this first official trailer, I could tell all that he embodies what Superman from the comic is onto the screen, right? So to me, I think he's already a better Superman than Henry Cavill, just based off of pure acting talent, right there. And it's showing though. You can see like the chemistry between him and Lois, and them actually being Superman. And you know what? When there's a need, he goes and springs into action and make sure he gets the job done, whatever. Fighting like the Kaiju, go up against the Engineer, the Ultraman, the Hammer Boravia, whatever, right? All these other guys. Eventually, you're gonna see them fighting that globe out the window, right? Which possibly, I don't know, it could be Solaris. If you watch All-Star Superman, a rogue sun eater, AI sun, whatever, that eats the suns or whatever, right? That's what it could possibly be that though. That don't mean it will be. That could be a possibility or something else though. Whatever the case may be. So we'll wait and see as far as that though. But you see, they infiltrated the fortress, and you see the authorities that's cutting through those robots like knives on a hot butter, right? Just melting, just cutting through all that stuff, right? So yeah, I can't wait for this movie. Like this, I am, and it was perfect timing because like the movie comes out in July, and so we got like this trailer almost the halfway point in May. And so, like, remember, recency bias is a thing. So now, they're gonna look at this trailer they just seen. So now they can still throw some other trailers at us. I'm back in. Don't worry, who else? I'm back in the Discord though. But some things I don't really necessarily want to say. But like certain said some things like it was kind of making fun of a certain situation though that got shown on I'll say I'll say it. It's my channel, so don't worry about. I ain't like the fact that such and such person was making fun of a female getting assaulted because they had dropped that video whatever of Diddy whatever, right? I ain't like a person in Discord poking fun at a female being assaulted, right? That kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I had a mother though, right? Yeah, it was Larry Bud. So I mean, LOL. That's I told like Rick, yeah, that's not a good look. You shouldn't have people saying stuff like that though, right? Because you have female subscribers on your on your channel and stuff like that. That's not a good look to have someone taking joy in seeing Cassie getting assaulted by Diddy. The video they showed us too and stuff like this guy, that's not cool though, right? So I don't know. I'm like these guys where think it's cool to think it's cool for like females to be assaulted or like that. That rubbed me the wrong way, like in that Discord. I don't really like stuff like that. But I'm gonna get back. I'm sorry, back on like the Superman talk. I'm feeling it's gonna do really good, man. Right now, the views is already over 4 million views right now, and that was like 5 hours ago. And also I'm gonna say this, even though I'm giving my thoughts on the Superman trailer and all that, honest thoughts, right? Objective thoughts, right? I will check out Ironheart though, right? Because I think Coogler is probably directing. He's involved in some form, so I'm gonna give that a shot though, right? Come June, I'm gonna give. So for the summer, obviously Superman, so it will be the Ironheart, the Superman, and the Peacemaker. So I'm gonna give Ironheart a chance, right? And stuff. Some people probably didn't like it as much, but I'm gonna give it a chance though. So yeah, I got you. Who else? Yeah. So Ironheart. So you I mean, so you okay? So you definitely gotta put that on the docket though, right? Ironheart. Let's give that show a chance, though, right? So let's give her a chance. That could be something. We see, like, let her tell her story, though, right? So a young, smart, talented kid, right? Try to do something. So yeah, we check that out. So I figure Ironheart, like you said, the Superman, the Peacemaker. Maybe I might check out the Fantastic Four. Yeah, but if you listen to the video, even though I did that, so they both came out though, right? And but I didn't take shots at it. I saw you was like the friends compare. So Ironheart, because it was basically the two trailers came out on the same day, and I was surprised Marvel did that though, right? Being with Superman trailer coming out, so I'm like saying, wow. But but as far as the views, she's doing pretty well though. If you go to the Marvel channel, right, she's doing pretty well with views and stuff too. So like even with I think with Coogler being associated with it, that's probably gonna help her out though. But like she's been holding her own though. Feel me? But like you said, she ain't got nothing to lose really. I mean, because you put her up against Superman though, right? And so I felt like the trailer was okay. I won't say it was a great trailer. Like, it didn't get me uber excited, but I would give it a chance. Because like Cougar is a part of it though, and I mostly follow a lot of the Cougar stuff. Feel me? So I'm gonna give that a chance though, right? And stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna give the Ironheart a chance. Obviously, I'm going to see the Superman and then the Peacemaker though, right? So yeah, so I think me personally, I'm probably go out on a limb and say this, but I think definitely DC's on their way back though with James Gunn at the helm. Definitely, I think they on their way back though, and you feel me? So they on their way back. So 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 that's what's gonna happen. So when with the DC, with James Gunn doing it, just let James Gunn cook. People always try to write James Gunn off like he didn't make those Guardians of the Galaxy movies. No, I was saying no. You missed what I'm saying. I'm talking about the trailer though. Both the trailers released today though. That's what I was talking about. Who else? See what I'm saying? I was referring to the trailers though. You feel me? That's what I was referring to. Not the movies or the shows, but the trailers itself. That trailer came out today, along with the Superman trailer. That's what I was talking about, like in a video and stuff. And I did her trailer breakdown before the Superman. Superman it didn't release yet though. So yeah. But I felt yeah, it was a decent trailer. But obviously, even if I was a Superman fan, but just watching Superman, I think Superman done more for me than that one, which is to be so, right? Because I think Superman what had to make you feel some way, right? She really didn't have that pressure to like really to do that though, because hers was a TV show though, right? So yeah, but Superman, James Gunn did what he was supposed to do with this first official Superman trailer. The other ones was teasers though, basically. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just talking about they went head up as far as the trailer goes, right? And so and like Superman, yeah, like James Gunn, he knows what he's doing. He's been shown to be a quite competent director, screenwriter, whatever you want to call it. He's been doing this though, right? We can't take away from what the stuff they did at MCU, because if that's the case, then you also got some MCU movies they didn't do as well, probably as the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's what take away the MCU stuff. No, that's a part of his resume, his portfolio. We can't take that away. We can't like do stuff to like lower the batting average or pump up the batting average. Oh yeah, I definitely got my own. Yeah, I got my own Discord though. I should probably have that like in it, but I got my own Discord though. But um, I'm saying like I know you said you going to watch the movie though, right? Feel me? But like if I'm gonna knock something, I'm gonna watch it first. If I don't like it, whatever my reasons are, I'm gonna let you know that though, right? I'm not gonna necessarily base it on like feeling. So if you know like Superman movies stuff, that those type of movies like Superman and dark fantasy type of stuff, those are the type of movies that I enjoy more though and stuff. Let me see. Hold on. I'm don't worry. I got you. I'm gonna email you on the Discord. And stuff like I'm direct messaging my Discord to you. Right when on in your Discord, I'm gonna send you a link to that. I should probably have get this all set up too though. So hold on for a minute. Let me see something real quick. Let me go over to my Discord too. Okay. So how I'm trying to figure. Damn. I'm trying to figure like how to invite. Oh, I see it. Okay. Oh, I just sent you an invite right now. Who else? And I'm gonna just count. Let me go back to this. Hold up. Let me just go back to this. So I'm trying to figure. Damn, how? Okay, let me put. Hold up for a minute. Hold up. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna paste this in here though. Hold up. Where we got the paste right here. Okay, so boom. There we go. So that's my link to my Discord. So there we go right there. So you see that? Who else also? Okay, cool. So anybody else, you know what I'm saying, who in here, they could go ahead and join that though. But yeah, that's what I want to come out here and say about this Superman. It was a really good. It was a to me anyway though. It was a really good trailer. It showed us some things that's going on in the movie, like sort of the tone is so like this though, right? Where he's at odds with the government, you know, on Earth. So particularly in the United States, basically, right? And so yeah, so where he went over to another country and stopped the war or whatever, because it meant saving people's lives. That's what he did. So you know what? So like he's like not being dictated by no government though, right? So I like that too. So I guess the government might see him as a threat, whatever, and stuff. Where you got all these metahumans roaming around, and some of these metahumans is employed by the like certain factors in the United States or the Earth, whatever. So we're gonna see how all this all plays out. But I just want to come and give my thoughts, definitely my honest opinion of the trailer. The trailer, I definitely I give the trailer a 9. I mean, I want to give nothing a 10 because I think it's something always you could do better, right? Try to be perfect. So that's how I feel good about it. I gave this trailer a 9 though. I like everything that was associated with it. You know, everything like sort of played its part, whatever. It had a mix of good things like the action, somewhat a little bit of comedy or whatever, right? In there though, funny tones, whatever. And you see Crypto, right? Attack the engineer because he's trying to protect the whatchamacallit. But while those those fortress robots was getting messed up. So yeah, I'll join on that show, and see what their temperature is on there though. But I'm not gonna I won't try to derail the show. I'll just give my honest thoughts, on this trailer and what it could do going forward for like DC once this movie drops, and especially we got to talk about the half off starting with AMC, right? Starting July 9th, which is I think that's gonna be huge for Superman though, going forward as well, because it starts 2 days before the Superman movie. So yeah, so I think that's gonna be big right there though, and especially for the comic book movies that's coming out in July anyway. So I think that's gonna be huge right there. So I think you're gonna see a big boom in the box office. Definitely in July in the summer though, right? And I think another movie that's gonna be good, probably gonna be like it looks like it might be good is Ballerina though. That's from the John Wick universe. So I mean that could be interesting as well. So yeah, so we'll see. But I guess that's it for right now. I just want to go live on YouTube, give my take. I showed the trailer. I was giving a little commentary as the trailer was playing as well. But yeah, like for my background is this. I've been collecting Superman comic books since 93 when I was 17 years old, a teenager, right? So I'm that far as like how far as a Superman, whatever age that is, the age I probably got into it might be considered a modern age, I guess. And that, so I might have missed some of the Silver Age Superman stuff, but I understand it though. Whatever. So I gotta double check what corresponds with Silver Age. So if I'm not in silver, I'm probably in a modern age though. But like you said, I was there leading up the battles from fighting Doomsday, the death of Superman. After that death of Superman storyline was Funeral for a Friend. After Funeral for a Friend, it was a reign of the Superman, right? And then him on his way doing all of that, going to like to fight the cyborg Superman, and when Eradicator sacrificed himself, jumped in from that kryptonite beam, and he transferred that energy. That's how Superman got his powers back and stuff like that. So yeah, so I was there for all of that though. Like I said, I was there for the Superman Doomsday Hunter's Prey, his rematch with Doomsday. We found out about the origin of Doomsday. So I pretty much been there in Superman as far as like the what was like the red and blue like Superman who had the electrical powers, whatever the case may be. I was there for that. So a lot of stuff. Like I read the even the current Superman stuff I've been collecting right now, the current Superman right now, with the House of Brainiac storyline, right? Where he was fighting Lobo, all that stuff, into an absolute Superman. So like pretty far as modern Superman, what's been going on this past year or so, whatever, right? I've been getting caught up to date with the Superman stuff. So I would recommend, if you're a DC fan, especially Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, stay up to date with them. You could get that DC Universe Ultra, which is like $13 a month. So basically, you can read all the comic books, being that they've been in print for like at least 30 days, though, right? So basically, you'll just be an issue behind, though. Basically, feel me? So I would recommend y'all go and checking that out, though. Feel me? But yes, I've been, and I also got a lot of older books, like Marvel books. I have some signed comic books as well. I have like the in '90s the Uncanny X-Men issue 300 with like Scott Lobdell, whatever. I mean, he might have been a writer for that as well. So it was back it was in the Hudson Mall, Heroes and Villains in Jersey City, where in the mall it was a comic book store, and they would have signings and stuff. So I actually have still got the certificate of authenticity. Right in the comic book, closed and still. I ain't even open that up. To me, it was no need to. I said, this is a collector's item. So I'm put this away right there. Especially when you get signed comics, you don't worry about opening them up. You just let them stay sealed, though, and whatever. So that's what I did. I still got a lot of comics. I got some. I think I got some Hulk comic books, some Fantastic Four, some Captain America. I have some Image with with Spawn, Supreme, Savage Dragon, Shadowhawk, a whole lot. So, a lot of, Yo, Island J, what's good? What's good? Yeah, I'm good. I mean, Island J, yeah, Island J. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure stopping by. So, I went live breaking down a Superman trailer. So, go and check that Superman trailer out, though. What I'm saying, Island J, though. Hold on for a minute. You go ahead and check that out, man. Yeah, hit that like button too. Go and check it out. Feel me? It was good though. That Superman trailer was good though. For me anyway. I don't know how you might feel, Island J, but it was tight though. It was definitely official. Oh, you see it? So yeah, it was like I'm saying. So you just gotta give a movie a chance though, right? Because like Superman, he's definitely a hero that stands for hope, right? And he reason why he went over there and invaded that upper camp because like because people was going to die though, so he invaded. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's a hero that you could like stand for. Like I'm saying, that goes out to help people. He don't do it for monetary gain or nothing though, right? Feel me? So that's if you look at the moral compass of a Superman character, that's a character like everyone should be able to get behind though, for what he stands for though, right? Even with all these powers, he could rule the earth like a god, but he chose not to. He chose to live as a human amongst us, right? Even though he had, some would say, godlike powers, though, and stuff, right? So, yeah. So, like I said, July 11th, I can't wait. I probably can see it on IMAX or 3D or something, though. But I'm gonna be there, though, right? And plus, AMC, they doing like 50% off the tickets, so I'm definitely gonna be there, though. And I'm when I get back home from it, I'm gonna go live and show y'all and to give y'all my explanation. Pastor, oh wow. Yeah, but hey man, one thing I mean, Pastor, he's staying consistent to what got him there though. So I ain't gonna knock him for that though. Feel me? But yeah, man, like I said, man, go ahead and see that Superman movie. If you ain't see the trailer already, go and check that trailer out, though. I mean, objectively, my opinion, like, I know I might be a bias, but it was a good trailer though, right? Now, if you already don't like James Gunn, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you to like James Gunn, but I'm just saying, well, as far as the trailer, give that trailer a chance to check it out, and you might just like the movie though when it comes out though. Feel me? So I'll definitely go and at least give the trailer a try. And while you're giving that trailer a try, also go and look at the Ironheart trailer as well. But I believe Coogler is involved with that as well, so you might want to go ahead and check that out. So because Coogler's been on a hot streak, so go ahead and support Coogler and support this the girl that's doing Ironheart. Support her as well, which is coming out in June. We're going to launch with the first 3 episodes. So go ahead and check them out. So even though I stand with DC Comics, but it's you still, even though you're liking DC or vice versa, you like Marvel, you can still go out and support and check something out, whatever, right? If because like being in now, hers are gonna be on subscription service of Disney Plus, so you could go ahead and just get the Disney Plus without the ads, So if you just want to check that out, feel me, and just go ahead and do that, whatever, So and also so now Max is changing back to HBO Max. So I think with Warner Brothers Discovery, they probably want to diversify some things, or like stick with what's actually working for them, is being profitable for them. And so you're gonna see some things, whatever they gotta do, that's what they're gonna do. But like far as like the HBO programming and the DC comics content stuff wise, that's gonna stay apart. That's gonna be with them though. Cause like with Superman, the heroes they said going forward, I believe was like Superman, Supergirl, Batman, and Wonder Woman. So those are gonna be the 4 big focus for DC. And we all know Supergirl movie's coming out next year. So that's what I'm trying to tell them. No matter what Superman does, they wasn't going to cancel that Supergirl movie, even if the Superman, like, if it didn't do like what they thought it should do, which Supergirl movie is still going to be a go. And what I'm saying for this trailer, I don't see the Superman movie flopping. Something to flop, that means like you couldn't even make your production budget back or your overall budget. Feel me? Like with the marketing. So I don't see it flopping like that. That would be a flop. It's not going to cost them a whole lot of. They're not going to lose a lot of money with the Superman movie. I don't think they lose the money at all with it. Be honest with you. So that would be really like a flop, really. So no, I don't see Superman flopping though. Just off of that definition of flop, really, if you really look at it though, right? But like I said, I'm thinking 700 million though, right? Even if I'm off of that 700 million, I think it's still gonna be successful. You feel me? And so like so Ricky, what time who else? What time Ricky supposed to have a show tonight anyway though? Because it's about to be 6:00. So what time you supposed to have a show? I'm not sure. So yeah, so like Pastor said he liked the Superman official trailer. I like it. And so and so yeah, you know what, Pastor? So I have to get like I might have to get an editing software because I'm using the YouTube app, right? But sometimes I don't like what I have, like when it's showing like my tabs up top and stuff like that. I can work with this right here though, but like the other stuff. Oh, 7:30. Okay, that's not too bad. Rick said 7:30. Let's make sure it won't be to 8:30, right? No, I'm Rick. You feel me? But yeah, so that's all right now, man. Like, man, so like I was like so happy just watching this trailer because it's like, damn. So I knew this trailer was gonna be fire though. I knew it. And a lot of people say, "Oh, this trailer may do this and that though," right? And people don't got no idea about the character of a Superman, right? What Wes McCall was doing. If that's what DC wanted Zack Snyder to do, okay, you give him a pass on that. But those guys probably didn't understand how the character of Superman works, where he's not brooding and stuff like that. He's more colorful and stuff like that. He's more optimistic, hope. That always been a character of Superman. Now, when you get these elsewhere storylines where they give like, okay, what if type of scenarios with Superman, if he was like this, if Lois had got murdered by the Joker, Superman changes it. Okay, that's something different. That belongs more so in an elsewhere type of setting though, right? whatever. You know, not in a mainline Superman type of thing right there, you know? And so, yeah. And so, like, yeah, so that's what people got to understand the character of Superman, what you could do, and a lot of people won't go with it. Right? No one don't want a Homelander like Superman, because Homelander just trying to be Superman, but with an edge to him, basically. No. So Superman should not have to don't conform Superman to be like Homelander. No, Superman's the original OG. You feel me? You don't have to do that. So that's where you get it wrong. You gotta stick to the like tradition with the core when you try to change the core of the character of Superman, that's when you run into problems though. Right? That's the reason why a lot of what's the Absolute Universe doing so well, because even though things are somewhat different, but what makes the characters them is still intact though. Right? So you could still write something exciting. You have to stick to the whole status quo, but let these guys create interesting stories with these characters, though, right? But the core of the character always remain the same. But you also tell different ways how this character got there, though, right? You know, like if say, I don't believe in boring characters, only boring writers and creators, not boring characters, right? Only boring writers and creators, though. That's what I believe. Not boring characters, but boring writers and creators. Let these creators give them a fresh coat of paint to paint with, right? Yeah, so let them be the artists that they are and graph these storylines. And James Gunn, like I said, is doing a marvelous job with Superman, though. The Man of Steel, and so far look at the trailer, and it's night and day, complete difference, right? They went out there and got a guy that could probably play this part, you know, acting, you know, playing a role. Cavill, I don't want to say he was a bad Superman, but I think this guy, like I said, Corn Sweat has more depth to him than Cavill, though. I think he's definitely a better actor than Cavill, though. Definitely. And from going from one lane to another lane, one gear to a next gear, he could do that as far as acting go. Because he's been acting other roles and stuff like that. So when they say, "Oh, you're Superman," he has the look what Superman would look like, you know. And also, who else? Also, I'm gonna say this again. I probably said it already. They have Christopher Reeve's son in the movie, right? He's a reporter in real life, like do some on whatever. He's a reporter in real life, and it was good to see him in the movie, right? I was glad DC paid homage to him, to his family though, by having him in the movie though, right? You know, so yeah, so I think that was a good right there though, and so that's gonna be it for now. We about to end the stream, you know. So we'll see what this Watchtower / Save Point combo show was looking like, and later on tonight around like 7:30, maybe closer to 8 o'clock, but we'll see how it looks. All right, so I'm out. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with another I'll probably do another live one probably this week as well. All right.